Okay, so yesterday, June 3rd, 2017, I went on a trip with John, my son, for his birthday, and Greg, my other son, and JR Shoemaker. And we went to a southern part of Ohio, and we went on an artifact hunting trip, and we ended up doing a dig, and I've never done any successful digging before. But if you look at this table, I'd say we were fairly successful. So let's take a look at what we found. Over here is Little John's stuff. And, I mean, we literally found pounds of debitage, you know, big stuff that I can actually use to nap stuff out of. This is a giant piece here. There's some flaking on it, some working. I don't know if it's a preform or what it is exactly, but pretty large. A whole bunch of pottery with cord markings on it that John found. Some really nice sized chunks. This, I believe, is a turkey wing bone. I'm not sure. A lot of ancient bone. Here's a couple other pieces here. This is all pottery. Here's the first point that he found. A lot of triangles up there. A lot of broken stuff. Another triangle, the tip's missing. Another one, tip's missing. This one is the tip, but the base is broken. This is a base, a broken base. And this would have been something pretty good sized. I don't know, it's got like a impact fracture here that busted it the whole way down there, but this was something, not sure what. So he had a pretty good haul. What about Greg? What'd Greg find?
Me?
Yeah.
I found this giant chunk of what he said, pottery. But Dad doesn't believe him. This is pottery.
It's not that I don't believe him, it's just that I don't know what it is. I think it is clay. As far as pottery goes, I'm not sure. I don't know what it was for.
Bone that I found?
Another piece of pottery right there. And a chunk of bone.
Here's my like, easy to make your head thing.
Yeah, it's an expended core.
You got that on the meat.
I got this middle of an arrowhead. And I got my very first arrowhead.
Yeah, look at that. Hold it up nice so we can see it. Hold like this. Hold it like that. Yeah. Good deal. Alright, good job. What'd JR find?
What'd you say this was, like back of a celt or something you thought it was, or?
Yeah, busted off back end of a celt, flint celt.
Then I got this little tip of a drill.
It's all rounded on the edges, so it was definitely heavily used.
Then there's this part of a, I don't know if it'd be a knife blade or a triangle. Then I got a bunch of pottery. Some that have some nice markings on them.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah.
Then I found two different pieces of pottery that end up connecting together, and they're actually the same piece. What you say it could be? You thought there might have been a pendant or something, if it was whole or
yeah,
whatever they used it for.
It's rounded on three sides. You know what I mean? Like there's three sides there, so it's not the rim of a bowl. It's just, yeah, whatever it was only that wide.
A clay cord.
And who knows how long it was. I have no idea what that could have been.
There's an elk bone. As you can see, they have cut it heavily with their knives and stuff. Dinged it up.
Cutting the meat off of it.
Got this little fox tooth, is what we believe it is.
Jawbone, yeah.
And there's must be like a skull plate of another fox, where you can see that nice deep groove they cut on it.
Yeah, they cut that groove into it for some reason. I don't know why. Alright, what's that big thing back there?
Then we got a hammerstone. You can see some of the pecking on the top, and if you flip around, you can see some on the bottom too.
Yeah, a lot of use wear on that. It's almost like they were using it to maybe bust open cobbles to get it to flint on the inside, something like that. It's big and heavy. Oh yeah. Back to this too. John found this, and it's a core blade driven off of a core. And when these have been around for a long time. This is my belief anyway. It makes sense to me. I don't know if it's true or not. You guys can talk about it or whatever in the comments, but the way these triangles are made, like look at Greg's in particularly, it almost looks like they drove these blades off, used them, and then once they got dull, they were working them into these. Because one side of these is always a lot flatter, and the other side of these very often have these big goonies on top. And from flint knapping myself, I mean, it would be hard to get that ridge off of there. At least for me it would. So I wonder if they were just driving these flakes off the core, making these flake knives, using them until they dulled up, and then turning them, working them into something else that they could use. Whether these were used as drill bits or knife blades or projectile points, I'm really not sure. But there's a lot of them at this site. A lot of them. There's a lot of drills at that site. Alright, now let's look at the stuff that I found. Got a lot of pottery up here. I didn't find anything with the really nice deep chord marks that the other guys found, but it's still pretty cool. Two big pieces of elk bone with knife scoring marks on it, so cutting the meat off or what have you. But it's got a really nice color to it, so I kept it. Thought it was cool. This, I have no idea what this was. It might be natural, I don't know, but it's very flat, rounded on all the sides, all the edges, and on this side there's this little dimple here, like they started to drill it. It's, it's what it looks like to me. The camera on this, video camera on this sucks, so can't really see it too well. This is an expended core, a big one. This I was pretty excited about. It's an adze, a flint adze, which I've never found any large flint stones before, or tools before, so that's pretty cool. This is a busted flint celt. Here's the bit up here, worked on the sides, and then there's a big hinge break on the back, so that would have been a pretty cool piece. This, I have no idea. This field was never plowed, so all of you guys that are going to automatically tell me those are plow scars, they're not. I know they're not. I've been hunting fields my whole life, and I know what plow scars look like, and this isn't it.
Coins were also like 2 or 3 inches down under.
Right. Now, I'm thinking it might have been an abrader. There were a lot of bone awls found. Could have been used for sharpening awls, sharpening bone tools. When I found it, I thought it was possibly a pictoglyph, a glyph of something, but now that I got it all cleaned up, I don't really see that it's that. If you see something different, if you turn it this way, it almost looks like something, but it's not the position sensitive art. There's a really deep hole in there, and to me that looks drilled out, but I'm sure there's gonna be people saying it was an inclusion and eroded out. Maybe it is, I don't know, but these marks on it. This is a fine grit sandstone. Well, it's kind of a coarse sandstone, I guess, but it would have been an excellent sharpening stone. That's probably what it was, an abrader of some kind. Let's see here. This I found in the field when I was walking. Stop. I have no idea what this is, but that sure looks like ivory to me. A small toe bone off of something. Found a tooth.